Okay, so this part 5 of the preview for the Melbourne Cup for 2020. Just going to touch more on the form around Tiger Moth after showing you its Kilturn Stakes win last start. It really hit the headlines, Tiger Moth at its second start when it knocked off Dawn Patrol to win its maiden at Leopardstown. That was this run here, I believe, from memory. Yeah, Order of Australia back in third and Group 1 place getter, run No Buffan back in fourth. It was a really, really, really strong maiden. All this form stacks up left, right and the centre. There's no need to go into depth into that. That shows up more as we go into what it's done since then. Then went to Santiago's Irish Derby when its stablemate won the Derby. Dawn Patrol back in third, Order of Australia in fourth. That Franks' maiden win over the same horses, as I said earlier. And the Bolger trained Fiscal Rules back in fifth, well beaten, 8 lengths. So it was a pretty good second, only beaten ahead with 5 back to Dawn Patrol in third that day in Santiago's Derby, suggesting any other year without Santiago in the race, probably would have won that Derby. Or you'd say definitely would have won that Derby. Then Frank that with this last start win in the Paddy Power at Group 3 level over 12 furlong at Leopardstown. The form coming out of that race is the form we're going to concentrate on as a benchmark for what it can do here in a Melbourne Cup. It stacks up left, right and centre. The second horse home by Glen Eagles was second in a German Group 1 the start prior to Miss Yoda, only beaten 2 1/4, suggesting Tiger Moth 2 lengths above that level on a par-for-par basis through its Group 3 win. And as I say, this is a very strong Group 3, very strong renewal of the Paddy Power that Tiger Moth did a bit of a space job on him in last start. The third horse home, only beaten a nose by So Wonderful at listed level the start prior. A listed winner the start prior to that, and only beaten 2 by Mohawk at Leopardstown in a Group 3. Mohawk definitely above Group 3 level since. That franks that to a major degree. Command back in fourth. This is another big tick on the form. Cormorant, the Kingman Colt, the Dancilli mare. The start prior beaten 2 1/2 by Thunderstorm in Group 2. And Thunderstorm's a 4 from 5 or 5 from 6 win. I've touched on this before now. The son of Knight of Thunder, who looks a really good stallion prospect on the make. Taken all before him. That was when he won the Dante. The form just stacks up left, right and centre for around Thunderous. And we've got what? Through Cormorant, we've got Tiger Moth 2 in front of Thunderous. And if we bring Thunderous up here, as I've said, this form just ticks boxes and stacks up left, right and centre. By Knight of Thunder out of the Delicani mare. He's a good type, this one. And he's got a stallion pedigree and a big staying career burgeoning. Group 2 winner of the Dante last start. His only defeat was first up this season behind Vulcan Star at Newmarket over 10 furlong on good to firm, but took all before him in his debut season, winning three on end, culminating in a listed win at Newbury over 7 furlong in soft. And then Buckhurst back in fifth. It's just tick, tick, tick. All the form out of this last start win for Tiger Moth. It just stacks up left, right and centre. We know what Buckhurst has done since then. Tiger Moth beaten 5 1/4. 2 prior, he beat Sir Dragonet a length and a half. The start prior, only beaten 6 3/4 by the brilliant Magical, who's taken all before this season. So the form around Tiger Moth just stacks up left, right and centre. Take no notice of that 9-length margin, the 5-length margin, the true margin's there. This horse, Buckhurst, is a lot better than what it did in the Cox Plate. That's a total forgive run there. All right. So Tiger Moth, the form around Tiger Moth, it doesn't matter how you look at it, it just stacks up left, right and centre. Second in Santiago's Irish Derby, where they spaced them by 5 back to third. Tiger Moth is a very serious Melbourne Cup contender, and if he gets a trip, he could do a space on him. But second top rated, the other serious winning contender, along with Sir Dragonet. Thanks. That's Melbourne Cup preview part 5. The end of our look at Tiger Moth.